Hi, my name is Gwen James. I'm a pupil at the University of South Wales on the Theatre and Drama course, and I recently undertook in the Improvisation and Roleplay module, and this is my video evaluation of that module. I hope you enjoy. The entire experience for me has been a real challenge, but I've also achieved a lot, I would say. Not only have I managed to achieve the use of improv in a performance, but I've also had the ability to put improv into some challenging environments that push me to be even more impulsive and allowed me to not only make some bold choices for my characters, but also encouraged me and pushed me to be a stronger performer. So, after a few weeks of developing our characters, thinking about their names, style, backstories, etc., it was time to take them out of the rehearsal space and put them smack bam in the middle of the public, which was quite daunting. As our university is a short distance away from the town city centre, we found this was the perfect place and walked around Queen Street and in St David's, in and around the shops. For the first week, I believe many of us struggled as we were paired up. Being in partners for me really didn't seem to be helping me, as I found it difficult to bounce my character off someone who wasn't playing theirs, someone who was just being themselves, as we took it in turns to walk around as characters. However, the following week, the group stuck together, and as all as our individual characters, we decided to go and sit in a pub, and we ended up in the Gatekeeper on Westgate Street, where we began talking to the staff and each other as these characters, of course being careful and knowing when to draw the line, like knowing not to be rude or get yourself into any trouble. It was in this week actually that it inspired me to develop another character. I was struggling, I only had 3 at the time, but it was this week that really developed my thinking about what sort of character I wanted my 4th one to be, and maybe why I wanted them to be like that. But it's funny how it happened actually. I was actually having a conversation at this point. I wasn't myself, but other people were still acting as their characters. So I was speaking to Hugh, who was playing his chef character, and Harry, who was playing his gym character. And they were telling me about different types of meat and why meat was a good source of protein if you want to go to the gym. And I sort of a sudden got this idea in my head about being slightly offended. And then I thought, right, okay, why would I be offended? I know, because I don't eat meat. Why don't I eat meat? Because I love animals. Why do you love animals? And then like a whole backstory, and that's how I created my character Summer Weld, the animal rights activist. Overall, everyone participating in the module had 4 characters, and I think that was a good number really to end it on, because you didn't want to go over and have too many characters where you found yourself not really putting the effort in, because you were focusing on other ones maybe a bit more than you should have been, but you didn't want to have 1 or 2 characters, because you want to see really how someone develops a good amount. What was my key learning block? It was the major thing that stood in my way throughout this experience was the ability to let my character completely take over me, unless I was really pushed. For example, one of my characters, Jazz, who was a skinhead, was very quick-witted and tough, but it wasn't from working on my own that I discovered about her quick wit. It wasn't until I was asked a question as the character about birth control that I really started to notice the character take over. I don't think it necessarily a bad thing that I struggled with this. with this module to start, as I feel it made me even more determined to break through the wall I had up and come out as a stronger, more confident performer. I wanted to be able to go on stage with nothing prepared, but just be in the complete mindset of my characters and allow them to have the flexibility to discover themselves. The most important thing that I took and learned from this experience is to really see that what really stands out from a character in every situation that you're in, and realise how their reaction would be different to another's. For example, if you're playing a child in a playground and it starts to rain, well, who cares, it's raining, you're a child. However, if you're maybe the parent of that child, you're not going to be so happy about being in the rain. So it's about finding why different characters have different reactions, and that really stood out to me from this module.